All right, hi, everybody. We are live streaming on YouTube, and we're going to begin. Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Alex. Would everybody say the Pledge of Allegiance? So we start off on the right foot. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Let's start off with reading of the minutes. Did everybody get a chance to review the minutes?
Yep. Yes.
Any additions, corrections?
I had one correction, but I think Alex has fixed it.
Okay. Dennis?
One where
I passed along several suggestions to Alex, and I think she got this.
So anybody else have any additions or corrections? If not, I'd ask for a motion for their acceptance.
So moved.
All
I'll
in
second.
favor? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Most minutes are accepted. I think what we're gonna do tonight is, we're gonna do the realty sign first. Hopefully that, and then we'll do the Volvo sign. Is there somebody from the realty here?
Yes, I'm here.
But before we start, we did have one letter from a neighbor. Alex, do you want to read that letter first, or you want me to read it?
Nope, I got it. It wasn't a letter. I did speak to this resident. Her name is Janice Potter. She does live on Forest Drive. She says she doesn't know why a new sign is needed. It's readable as it is. She does look at it every day as she, comes in and out of her street. She thinks that the site has adequate signage as it is.
Okay, thank you. Well noted. Could the representative for realty, we have somebody here for them?
Yes, Steve Spardella.
Steve, what do we have, Steve?
I'm just upgrading the sign. I understand what the woman said, but a lot of the sign technology I was one of the first ones to have it. I've been having issues through the years, just changing out panels and whatnot. So the technology's much better now than it was probably 5-6 years ago when I first put it in. I think it's been over 5 years I've had that sign. So I'm not changing anything, location. I'm just upgrading the sign that I have there.
All right, thank you, Steve.
And the technology is much better. It's easier to put ads on. There's a lot more than just the sign itself. It's navigating the sign.
The only question I have is, it's the same size as the other one?
It's a 4x, that one's I think 3x8. This is a 4x8. So it's the 32 square. It's in the.
All right. And Dennis, you want to start off?
The only question I have, Steve, for you, we had a problem before when you first installed your sign with the luminescence, a little too bright. Can you have better control over your sign now?
Yeah, yes. I mean, the to answer your question, yes.
Okay.
I mean, that wasn't part of the plan before, is the illumination, but the technology is much easier now. I mean, we could do it from the cell phone now. I mean, the technology is way better than what we had before. Okay. And that wasn't my intention with the illumination, but yes, we did have a problem in the past with the brightness. So I'm aware of that.
That's all I got, Jim.
Billy, you got anything?
No. As long as the luminescence is the same and it's under control,
Carol?
I'm good.
Thank you, Bill. Carol? Is Carol on?
She is. Are you there, Carol?
Yes.
Do you have any comments?
Now I got disconnected. I had to call back. I didn't know what went on.
We are on the 518 Realty application. Do you have any comments for Mr.
No, I
Spardella?
don't.
Thank you, Carol.
Okay, can I just say something, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
So as the board should be aware, Mr. Spardella was correct that he did get a variance by this board back on July 24, 2014. And he was one of the first ones to get one of these electric messaging signs. And we granted him the variance. And just to be clear, the height, Steve, is going to be 6 feet. Is that correct?
Yes, because currently I have like a little rider on the top. So yes, I'm basically the same. It's the same dimension, same 6
Okay.
feet high.
Just,
Yeah, I'm
just so
staying
long.
within the code, the town. Yeah, what is it?
Okay, good.
32 square, 6 feet high is the law or the,
Very good.
yeah.
Very good.
So you're gonna,
So the previous variance that you got, it said the sign message is not to change less than every 8 minutes. The law
Mhm.
has been amended. So when you get, when the board acts on this variance, the same conditions that you had in the 2014 variance will apply, except it'll change slightly because the message can be changed now more frequently. And that frequency is at once a minute or once every 2 minutes, Alex?
1 minute.
One
One
minute.
Wow, I never knew that. I've had my board. Well, that's fine. I've had it programmed.
Okay.
That's new. That's news to me, but that's fine.
And so the same conditions will be, the no earlier than 8 AM, turned off at 11 PM. And then again, the same language that the members mentioned, that if there's any problem with illumination, that we could call you back to get that under control.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the new board, and it's the same one as some of the other, businesses on the avenue. So, my intentions aren't to have that, but if it is at the beginning, I can't. I guess I'm gonna have to. I'll
Hopefully,
handle that.
hopefully it's not going to be the same sign manufacturer as Glen
No,
Peters.
no. It's been a pain, but I mean, it did its job. I can't complain with what I had, and but no, it's much better.
Okay.
Everything is much better. I'm not
That's
going.
all
For
I have. That's all I have, Mr.
thanks for
Chairman.
the input, Vic. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Okay, yeah, I don't have any issues with this as long as you comply with what we had. And apply to adhere to the new rules. Anybody else want to speak? Sue,
I'm fine with it.
you sure? Okay. All right, then can I entertain a motion, or you want to discuss this a little further? All right, can I get a motion on this?
Motion is, I'll make the motion to approve the variance for the changing of the new upgraded technology and the sign, following all of provisions that we granted earlier back in 2014, with the one change being the
Changeability. Yep.
I'd second that.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Motion passed. Thank you. Okay, next we have Bravo.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guy.
Thanks,
Have a
Steve.
great
Good
night.
luck, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Is Bravo here?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we have
Okay.
Mr. Khan and Mr. Wheeler from the sign company.
All right, how you doing, gentlemen?
Good. How are you tonight?
Oh, we're doing good tonight.
Good to
Okay,
hear.
what do we do? We saw some of your new renderings, so let's go through it, see where we stand.
So basically, last meeting, we had a 20-foot tall sign. The board, we discussed it, and we went back to Volvo, and now we came back with a 15-foot sign. Volvo, as we talked about the last meeting, has their standard signs, and this is the next size down, which is the 15-foot. We also included some site photos and some renderings that the engineer did for us, so you could see that the sign is approximately 7 feet down from the elevation of the road. So the village allows the 6-foot height. When you put the sign down 7 feet, we're much closer to that 6 foot from the elevation of the road. So this sign, much shorter and fits a little better than the 20-foot. We also did a little research, looked into the Kohl's sign, which is almost double the square footage of this, taller than allowed, and has the digital message board. So with the precedent that's been set, this sign does fit into the area, fits in with the building, and is not going to look like a 15-foot sign when you go by on the road, because in fact sit down in it's almost like a gully where the building is. I'm hoping you have the picture that shows the red line that comes across, so we
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
really show you guys that elevation.
Now, I just got one question for you. That's as close to the road as you can get, correct?
Say that again?
That's as close to the road as you can get where you want to put it? Because there's wetlands in that area?
Yeah, I believe so. That's a retention area.
Okay, all right. Dennis, go ahead.
No, I've got no issue.
Okay. Billy,
I'm good.
how about Sue?
I'm good.
And Carol?
Me too.
Me too.
Okay.
All right.
I'm good.
Let me raise one question because I'm a little confused here. Because of the grade difference in meeting the elevation of New Corner Road, so we're looking at 15-foot sign. According to the drawing that I'm looking at, the base of the sign would be somewhere between 7 and 8 feet. Is that correct?
Correct.
Low grade?
Yep.
Okay, so then if we do the same thing as we did, follow the same strategy and we did with Coles, bringing it up to grade, it would be a 14-foot sign, wouldn't it? Or am I wrong here?
We're good. Volvo has their standard signs. Unfortunately, they have a 20 and then a 15. So we need to pick from the standard Volvo signs. They're very strict with their sign program. So this is the closest thing that gets us to that roughly 6 foot above the road.
So you'll be,
Wait.
And I'm sure this will vary by a few inches once we get final grade in there. You know, I mean, we're going by drawings and in rough grade conditions right now.
no. So the pole is going to be 7 foot, correct? Is that what we're saying?
Well, because it's set down.
Understood that, but my
Yeah.
understanding was by you putting the 7 foot pole up, because of the fact that you're so far back because of the wetlands and was brought to our attention, you can't put the sign in the wetlands and you're right at the edge of your property line. How high are you gonna be from the road?
From the road, about 7, if it's 8 feet down from the road to the bottom of the sign, it's about 7 feet up to the top of the sign from the grade of the road.
Is there a way you can lower that?
I mean, we'd have to grade the area, I guess. You know, we have to see if the engineers will let us grade that to get that area a few inches lower. Basically what we have to do.
What's that? Anybody else got a thought on this?
We really don't know how deep that is, do we?
No. Well, I went by it the other day, actually today, and it looks like it's about a 4 foot drop.
They're saying 7 to 8.
Send the drawings from the engineer, 7 to 8 foot.
Okay.
Right.
From what it is right now, because I didn't go out there and shoot it, but that's what it looks like to me right now.
I have a question.
Yes, Carol.
No, I was just wondering about water runoff from the road. Would there be flooding there off the road down to the lower grade to the building? Are they allowed to fill any of that land?
That's something they have to deal with, or the site engineers would do that for that end of it. My only concern is it's gonna be about maybe a foot or two higher than what we'd like to see.
Mm.
There are cars around it, and it is set way back off the road where, you know, Coles was much closer to the road.
Yeah, we let them move it close. It was a different area. Had that not been a wetland where you are, my inclination would have you do it the same as Coles was.
Mhm.
That being a wetland, that's a whole different animal. And then you're right on the edge of your property line with this, your property, so you really can't go too close to it.
We're also restricted by the Volvo, you know, they have their standard signs that
Well,
they use nationwide.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we said before, we've heard that before.
Well, from what we understand, Volvo, they've presented to us what the options are.
Mhm.
And this is the shortest sign they have on a pole. After this, it's strictly monument type signs, which, you know, are about 3.5 feet tall, and you wouldn't see them from the road. So, you know, we think this is very reasonable. We're talking about 1 foot difference here.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not much. I mean, I believe there's some metal panels on the bottom, so I don't know if you could do anything in terms of trying to, making it shorter, or putting it farther in the ground. I think that could be a challenge, but once again, the sign itself is under code, I believe, at 27. It's at roughly 26 feet. I believe code's 32. Coles, which is nearby, once again, is about 45 feet, almost double, and they have an electronic sign. This is a more modest sign, low key sign. You can see it looks very attractive in the picture, and it's not overbearing by any means. So I would ask that you support this. We think we're hoping you think it's reasonable. It's within 1 foot, and we're doing the best we can here.
Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, Eric, question on the sign. The pole is the pole illuminated? Or just a Volvo sign?
Right, just Volvo. Yeah, look, there's a steel pole inside, and that's just some aluminum cladding that goes around the pole.
Okay.
What's your pleasure, guys? Anybody else? Billy?
No, I'm good. I'm just thinking that where the sign's going to be, I'm tempted to go with it.
Right.
Hey, we went with Verizon.
Yeah, but
we learned from that. But who's going to notice a foot
I'm not going to
that far back?
Exactly.
All right. If nobody has any objections, there's no more comments on it. Are we ready to make a motion on this and put it to bed?
Yep.
Okay.
My only question is what the actual depth of that's going to be.
Well, let's put a limitation on it. The math figured out to be 7 feet, correct?
Okay.
And that's what we should have in our proposal. I mean, we've gone this far with them. We've helped them out. I think we helped them as much as we can with it. And I think that the other quality we have with this, again, is these wetlands. So there's not much you can do with that. I mean, if this ever comes up again, to me, that's one of the determining situations where I would change what I'm thinking, the way my position.
Are we saying that the top of the sign is going to be 7 feet above 155, the grade level at 155? Is that what we're saying?
Yes, I believe.
Yes, I mean, Liz, I don't know, give or take one or a few inches in either direction, but basically that's what we're saying.
The top of the sign.
Yes, that's my understanding.
Yep, exactly.
All right, well, let's conclude that in the motion.
Yeah.
Bill, no?
I'm just trying to formulate it in my head how I want to say it.
All right, we'll think about it. We got one right.
Well, I would say we approve the sign with the proviso that the top of the sign does not exceed 7 feet above the grade level of 155.
Perfect.
I'll second that. Anybody else? I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Carol? You there?
She just got kicked off again. Hang on a second.
All right. How about Sue? Is Sue there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How about you, Sue? You all right with this?
I'm fine with it.
Thank you. All right. Let's
Carol's
get-
back on. Carol, they made a motion to approve the sign 7 feet above grade. How do you
Right.
vote?
I'm in favor of it.
Okay. All in favor? All opposed? All right, motion passed. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, thank you, and look forward to having you all at the ground opening, hopefully somewhere around June 1. All right?
Great.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. See you.
Okay, since, all right, everyone, this is my last meeting and I don't know if Tom has called you yet, Dennis, but he's gonna call you.
Okay.
And it was a pleasure working with everybody
You too,
We're
Jim.
gonna miss you.
this week.
Hey, you might be our new liaison. Who knows?
You know what, they had enough of me.
That's probably the way it should be, right?
Yeah, you need a break.
I agree.
Oh, no. Jim, I gotta tell you, I've worked with a lot of boards over the last 43 years. Geez, it's hard to believe I've been doing this that long. And you're top of the line in my eyes.
Oh, thank you.
You listen, you're willing to listen to people's opinions that may not be the same as yours. And to me, that really is all-star material, because if
Thank
you're
you.
willing to listen and say, you know what, okay, I can hear your side of the story. Some chair people just don't act that way. They have one position, they don't change it. You've never been that way. You've been very accessible. You always take my phone calls, and when you have questions, legal questions, you call me. So I think that the village board's going to get quite a prize with you. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Victor. I really appreciate those.
I mean that.
Well, you know, you guys are, all you people were great to work with, too. I mean, you knew what had happened.
Yep.
All I had to do was just ask direct the name to speak, because you all had the answers to the great questions. And I think we only, in the 30 years that we've been doing this, I think it was only one time we didn't vote unanimous. You know, and we owned up to the mistakes we did, and we always tried to correct them. And you're just great people to work with. I'm gonna miss doing it, but
And I think we're very consistent in what we do. And regarding the thing with Volvo, Jim, you hit upon a very good point. And that was, it's 72 feet back from the road. And I think, Bill, what you put on was the condition. That was it. So we're staying very consistent with what we do. And nobody can come in and say, well, you did this for them and you didn't do it for us. So that's the name of the game for us, being reasonable and being consistent.
and I think Dennis, when he takes up back to your next meeting, he's gonna do an outstanding job.
I have no doubt about that.
You know, he'll be able to get those minutes tuned right up
There you go.
as a city editor. I could have used you last year, Dennis, when I had to write all these speeches and stuff, you know? Where were you?
That was my former life.
We'll have to get together, you know, when this COVID ends and kick the old sign around.
Has everyone gotten their shots yet?
I've got both.
Yes, I got both of mine.
My second one on April 1st.
Well, you're a couple days before me, Dennis. I think we're April 5th for our second one. So
Mm.
good.
We got
That's the one advantage of being old.
I tell you, we got ours last week, and I'm still feeling the offensive.
All right, everyone.
Have a great Easter.
Thank
I just
you
need
very
a
much.
motion to, I just need a
Motion-
motion to actually close the
I make a
meeting.
motion, we adjourn.
All
I'll
in favor?
second it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I gotta thank Alex. She stayed right on top of all this stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
She
Very
did-
good.
great job.
She did a
Thank you.
great job with it. Much success. Dennis, good luck, buddy. I hope
Thanks, buddy.
everything works out.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a good evening.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good night, everybody.
Right.
Hey.
Bye.